The Indiana Fever have dropped a new workout video with the rookies.
Just through these first few days of practice, everybody's been really great, and it's been so much fun.
Where she moves markets. And when you've got someone who moves markets, you have to pay attention to that person.
I think I saw Jillian Aileen in there too, practicing with Caitlin Clark, and everyone is going crazy.
I've been so impressed with the product on the court. Over 200% viewership increase since Caitlin Clark has come in. And by the way, you can just look to that shot. That was incredible. That scene was awesome.
Tensions just exploded in the WNBA. Sophie Cunningham just snapped, delivering a brutal response to a Washington Mystics player who tried to get physical. But what really set the internet on fire? Caitlin Clark's reaction. She didn't flinch. She didn't step in. She laughed. Yes, laughed. Just 2 minutes ago, this fiery moment unfolded, and fans are losing their minds.
Pretty exciting. One of the big reasons fans flock to State Farm Arena is, of course, the Caitlin Clark effect.
She's a wonderful player. She brought a lot of eyeballs.
Is this the new era of WNBA rivalries? Is Caitlin Clark secretly enjoying the chaos? Stay locked in, because what happened might change everything about how this season unfolds. It started like any other possession. The Mystics were pushing hard. The Fever were holding their ground, but then it got personal. One hard foul, one stare too long, and boom, Sophie Cunningham flipped the switch. In a flash, Cunningham, known for her grit, stood her ground as a Mystics player tried to rattle her. But instead of backing off, Sophie fired back, with intensity that silenced the court.
And Caitlin Clark was a part of, I believe, 20 of 23 of the WNBA's most watched games last year. This is not a random blip. This is a shift. This is a full force trend.
No words were needed. Her body language said it all. Don't mess with me. And right there on the sidelines, Caitlin Clark caught the whole thing and laughed. Not a disrespectful laugh, not a nervous laugh, a knowing laugh.
I think they obviously are taking winning and capitalizing off of this Caitlin Clark moment they have going.
Like she knew Sophie had just delivered a message, not just to that one player, but to the entire league. Cameras caught every second. Fans watched in disbelief as the altercation went viral within minutes. This wasn't just a heated moment. This was a statement, loud and clear. The Fever aren't just here to play. They're here to dominate. The moment Sophie Cunningham clashed with the Mystics player, the ripple effect was instant.
She could potentially be one of the best point guards to ever play in the WNBA.
And I want to personally thank Caitlin Clark for lifting up our sport.
Caitlin Clark has done is grown the WNBA exponentially. She did in 5 weeks what would have taken 5 years.
On the court, players from both sides froze for a second, then things escalated. Teammates rushed in, referees blew their whistles, and the benches stood up. You could feel the heat rise in the arena. But amidst all the noise, the cameras zoomed in on one face, Caitlin Clark. And there she was, smiling, even laughing. Social media erupted. Was she mocking the Mystics? Was she backing Sophie? Or was this just the confident laugh of a player who knows her team is mentally unshakable?
The WNBA saw a boom like we have never seen. We saw Caitlin Clark come into the league. We saw the Caitlin Clark effect. We saw the influx in fans who flooded to the WNBA, and many of those were there for Caitlin Clark.
Fans had theories, and they came fast. That laugh says it all. Caitlin Clark is ice cold. She loves this smoke. On X, formerly Twitter, Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham were trending within minutes. Clips of the moment racked up millions of views, with fans replaying Clark's reaction on loop. Even commentators jumped in. ESPN's analyst said, "That wasn't just a scuffle, that was a tone setter. Sophie sent a message, and Caitlin Clark's laugh."
As Caitlin got better, obviously we had to change our strategy and how we defended her. When you're playing against great players, you're not going to stop them, right? You just have to try to make life as difficult as possible.
That was approval. Meanwhile, WNBA insiders noted that this moment wasn't just about one play, it was about culture. A Fever team that once struggled to find identity now looks like a tight, fearless unit, led by rookies with swagger and veterans with bite.
I can't imagine this young lady, I don't want to use hate, but despise. She's cocky for a good reason.
Confident.
How smart she is around the ball and just putting people in different places to be successful. So it's just been really fun getting to know her.
And the Mystics, their response was telling. While they tried to brush it off, you could see it in their body language. They weren't expecting this level of energy or unity. From the crowd to the commentators, the message was clear. The Fever are done being quiet. The clash between Sophie Cunningham and the Mystics player didn't just end with a stare down, it ignited a storm. As soon as the contact happened, you could feel a shift in the atmosphere. The crowd leaned in. The players stiffened. And for a brief moment, it felt like the entire arena held its breath.
More people watched this preseason game than game 1 of last year's WNBA Finals. 1.3 million people watched Caitlin Clark.
Sophie, never one to back down, didn't flinch. Her expression was fierce, eyes locked in, sending an unmistakable message. Try that again, and you'll see what happens. But then came the real twist. While the dust was still settling on the court, the cameras caught a glimpse of Caitlin Clark. No yelling, no tension, just a smirk, a subtle, confident laugh. It was the kind of reaction that speaks volumes without a single word. And in that instant, the internet caught fire.
They enjoy watching her play, her style, her energy, her shot. Whether it's because her game mirrors one of the greatest players in the NBA in Steph Curry or not, I don't know what it is.
The fact that it is so prevalent in mainstream highlights that we're talking about it here shows the growth of the sport, shows the power of Caitlin Clark, shows you how many more people are paying attention to it.
Within minutes, clips of the altercation began spreading like wildfire. Fans dissected every frame. But it was Clark's reaction that became the centerpiece of the conversation. Was she enjoying the chaos? Was it a show of support for Cunningham? Or was it something deeper, a sign that this Fever team isn't just tough, they're united, unbothered, and ready for war? Social media platforms exploded. Twitter or X was flooded with posts. Did Caitlin just laugh? One user wrote.
Yeah, I mean, that was like my biggest focus in the offseason is just trying to get stronger and really working on that. And really thankful for Sarah, our strength and conditioning coach, like put in a lot of time with me. And we were in here consistently. Like, I think that was the biggest thing for myself is just having that consistency to be able to work on it for 6 months or whatever it was. So I certainly feel a lot stronger. And, you know, I'm a pretty self-aware person. I knew that was going to be a huge part of it. And you know, it's going to help me offensively. It's going to help me defensively. It's going to help me not get as tired throughout games. So yeah, definitely one of the focus points of my off season is just getting stronger. And you know, even through these 2 practices, like I can certainly feel it.
She's got that killer instinct, said another. The moment went viral not because of the shove, but because of how effortlessly Caitlin seemed to brush it all off. She didn't just witness the confrontation; she owned it. Meanwhile, analysts began chiming in. On ESPN, commentators called it a turning point. That laugh from Caitlin wasn't disrespect, it was dominance, one said. It showed she's not rattled. She's in control. Even the body language on the court told a story. The Mystics looked shaken, caught off guard by the fire they had poked. The Fever, on the other hand, were fired up. They gathered around Cunningham, not just defending a teammate, but sending a message as a unit. We don't back down.
She's an incredibly hard worker. She's a high IQ player. She's a perfectionist. Like, she wants to get better. She lives in the gym. And so you knew that growth was going to take place, and having the opportunity to watch her on a daily basis and how she approaches the work. Like, there are work ethics and there are work styles, right? And a work style of not wasting reps, of not wasting time, of being very intentional about a growth process.
That single moment changed the temperature of the game. And beyond the arena, it changed how people saw this team. No longer just the squad with Caitlin Clark, the Fever were now being talked about as one of the most dangerous, unified teams in the league. And right at the heart of it,
people have said that, hey, no one watches preseason games. 1.3 million people tuned in to watch a preseason WNBA game. All right? Not only did they watch a WNBA preseason game, the game was on ESPN. Think about it. That's never happened before, ever.
Sophie Cunningham's fire and Caitlin Clark's cold, calculated laugh. To truly understand why this moment mattered, you have to look beyond the scuffle. This wasn't just a heated exchange between two players, it was a reflection of something much bigger unfolding in the WNBA. A cultural shift, a new era. Sophie Cunningham has always played with an edge. She's built a reputation as one of the league's most physical and vocal enforcers.
They will recognize, her game, but they won't recognize her impact.
Caitlin Clark is the GOAT.
She signed my jersey. So happy, I'm crying. I'm so happy. This is the best day ever.
Caitlin Clark effect seems to be crazier than year one.
She doesn't just play hard, she plays like every possession is personal. And for years, that kind of attitude was reserved for the league's veterans. But now, something's changed.
If I was the WNBA, I would have considered a separate television package to a network on just Caitlin Clark game. I would have had two packages, the WNBA package, and then a separate, let's say, 15 to 18 game Caitlin Clark package.
Enter Caitlin Clark, the rookie, who walks into every arena with a target on her back, not just because of her talent, but because of the attention she brings. The cameras follow her, the crowds chant her name, and the pressure to deliver is relentless. And yet, instead of cracking under that spotlight, Caitlin's done something rare. She's embraced it. She's sharpened under it.
One more thing on Caitlin, which makes her super valuable, is she is leading the WNBA in points generated, which means points scored and or points assisted on. She is leading the league by a significant margin, and she is doing this as a rookie with a Fever team that is not comprised of a bunch of all-stars.
This is a player who has been questioned every step of the way. Critics said she was too flashy in college, that her game wouldn't translate to the physicality of the pros, that the hype would fade. But here she is, laughing in the middle of a confrontation, completely unfazed, while chaos brews around her. And that's what makes this incident so telling. Because it didn't just reveal Sophie's toughness, it showed Caitlin's transformation. She's not just a rookie anymore. She's becoming a force, a player who can lead with calm, connect with teammates like Sophie, and command a room without saying a word.
Yeah, I think any rookie coming into this league, you all kind of experience the same thing. You're moving to a new city, you're meeting new people, have new teammates, have new coaches. You're trying to figure out how the WNBA works. So I think it's all just really new. Like, you're starting to just a very new chapter of your life, and you're trying to get your feet under you. So I don't know. I think going into year two, that's kind of the biggest thing for me. Is just I feel like I have experience in this league. I know what to expect. I know how training camp works, even though we have a new coach and I have a lot of new teammates. Like, just having that experience of how things operate, I think, has provided me with a lot of confidence.
Even the Fever as a team are evolving. This used to be a franchise struggling to find its rhythm. But with veterans like Sophie Cunningham and rising stars like Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston, they're finding something powerful. Chemistry, confidence, and a shared chip on their shoulders. And in that moment against the Mystics, all of it came together. The fight, the laugh, the viral reaction.
I love watching her score and just everything about her.
It is no secret that the Indiana Fever are the most popular team in the WNBA. It is good for the entire WNBA.
They went the extra mile just to watch her play here.
She just brings so much passion to the game, and look at all these people that just want to come and see her.
It wasn't just a flash of drama, it was a signal. The WNBA is changing. The Indiana Fever aren't just part of the story, they're about to write the next chapter. And just like that, a single moment turned into a message. The Fever aren't here to play nice, they're here to take over.
One thing Caitlin Clark does maybe better than anybody in sports right now, makes it about others, makes it about team. Think about it. When's the last time you didn't see Caitlin Clark talking about a teammate? When's the last time you saw Caitlin Clark talking about herself or any of the accomplishments that she has had? Let me give you the answer to that. Never.
The best player in America, the best shooter in America. Watch her play. She plays at a high level.
She's going to break records nonstop for the next couple years.
She's the only one capable of taking nothing and making it something.
Caitlin Clark is becoming the best player in the entire WNBA, not because she's white, because she's that good.
Sophie Cunningham stood her ground. Caitlin Clark laughed. And the entire league felt the shift. This isn't just hype, it's the beginning of a new era in the WNBA. So what do you think? Was Sophie right to clap back? And what does Caitlin's reaction really mean? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button if you felt the fire, and don't forget to subscribe, because if this is how the season's starting, You won't want to miss what's coming next.